Maybe that should be the name of the podcast.
It is now written as canon.
110% forgot that was there. Welcome everybody to the Rantings and Ravings of Lunatics. This will be our first podcast under this name. With me today is Heavy since 1911, Monoshiro 24, and Baby Grow. I am Crimson Waters, the pure asshole of all of this.
The immaculate host of this podcast, the gloriousness.
And Happy New Year's, 2021. 2020 is over. I know a lot of us would like to say hallelujah to that, but 2020 has not been absolutely terrible to every. My dog is. What's he doing? Fucking bugging out.
You know it's gonna be a great podcast. Just starts off, what the fuck is my dog doing?
Sorry.
I would like to pull up. Let us please all hold hands and walk into 2021 quietly.
Oh hell no! I already went in no chill. I've already gone in no chill. Hey, 2021 came in with no goddamn chill for me. I gave it no chill back.
Did it need chill though? Like, really?
Not even 30 minutes into the fucking new year and I'm dodging bullets at work.
Amen, amen. Is that a story you would like to share? You know, something a little bit edgy to get this.
You want this kind of edgelord to give you a good start? Don't you know that's a bad sign?
Alright.
Man, I've been dying for a good start, man.
Me too.
I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory.
I was dodging bullets.
Drunk Mexicans in Texas decided to fire guns in the air and bullets were whizzing past my head while I was walking around patrolling at work.
Did you have fun with it though? That's the real question.
I mean, how quickly do we want to get demonetized?
Immediately. It's the new year. You know, we're trying for a new record.
Alright, as soon as the gunshot started, I was completely erect.
Oof.
This sounds like an episode of Big Mouth already.
Yes, now that's a good show.
Yeah. Big Mouse.
That is such a good show. I love it.
Everybody likes Big Mouse. Why do they specifically have to be Mexicans that were shooting up the place?
Because it's San Antonio and 90% of us are Mexican.
You know, that's fair.
And white people are honestly smart enough to know not to fire a gun in the air most of the time unless they live in Florida.
Unless I live in Florida.
Accurate.
I wonder if some Floridians will ever go ahead and join this. Hey, what are you doing, sir? Stop. How did the spiders get over here? Stop. I died.
This is an interesting start to
That took a segue I was not expecting.
Where the fuck did they come from? I'm in pain.
So, yeah.
So, what did anybody do today before I get to me? Because I didn't do anything but drink.
I have done absolutely nothing except sit here and slaughter people to get to Valhalla.
I was up at 5 a.m. and I went to work and I had a whole migraine. And then I came home at 2.
Not a half
Started
migraine.
you.
A whole migraine.
Whole migraine.
Not a partial.
Yesterday, I spent from 7 a.m. to 2 in the morning drinking periodically, watching. Then by 8, I heard firecrackers go off. Well, it was between firecrackers and gunshots. So, and I decided not to figure out which one was which.
I wish I had that luxury.
And then I shot off some fireworks of my own, and that was about it.
Like, I don't have to worry about this.
No.
I don't have to worry about whether or not these are gunshots. Then next thing I know,
I
there's that
should
whistling
have.
sound.
I mean, I should have, because when I stepped outside, when me and my dad started doing the fireworks, it was just a cloud of smoke outside, like sick. Like I thought it could have been a war zone out there. That's how long those fireworks were going off.
Yes, the fog of war. It is beautiful. The fog of war and defiance.
And then my next job was to make sure I didn't set myself on fire, considering I've been drinking. And that's it.
But you woke up with no hangover.
No.
You wasn't
I had
drinking hard
crackers.
enough.
Yeah, exactly.
I was, but I
No,
had.
no,
She has to defend her
no,
honor. I was, sir.
no.
I'm good. Alcoholism runs deep in my family. You don't understand how good I can hold this.
Just a wow in the background. Wow. You got it.
Not proud of it, but it's just true.
And what did you do for New Year's, girl? And spare us the bedroom details.
No, don't spare us the bedroom details. We want it all.
That laugh in the background didn't help.
She's like, well, me and the hubby, we tested out some new toys.
Oh my god, guys, stop.
That's a yes.
No.
Let's see, we found out he likes the bad dragon.
Oh my god.
God.
I'm too broke to get one of those.
Oh god.
It's only $250, bro. I'll give you the money.
You just want to see him get used on it, don't you?
I'm sure I'm gonna hear about it. I think it'd make for a great story. That's all.
Crew gonna be over here like, hey, we get you this. You gonna upload that shit to Pornhub. You gonna make millions.
So, how long have we been streaming? And
I'm telling you, we going for a new record, man. I'm telling you. You wouldn't have to work no more. Kat, create her the OnlyFans count.
Yes. The Sims will be strong.
Anyway. And they're not gonna be my Sims, they're gonna be simping for my husband.
Exactly, they will be strong.
That's perfect. That's
Put him
absolutely
in a furry
perfect.
suit and watch what happens.
Years when I came home from work, I started watching anime, and then I went to bed. That's it.
That's actually a decent New Year's.
Oh god, that's death.
mm-hmm.
That's a decent New
I went to bed
Year's.
at 1 a.m. It was nice. And then I woke up at 5.
You were woken up at 5. I copy.
No, I had to go work.
I gotta go. It's time for me to leave. It's not bad. Again, that sounds like a pretty sound New Year's.
If I'm not wrong, I heard poke poke.
You did.
Okay, just to be clear.
Just me over here in the peanut gallery.
I was
Great.
surprised. I was the first one up in my house at 6:17 in the morning making breakfast.
That exactness.
Yeah.
When you get raised in the Bronx, it's always that exact. First thing you do is look at the clock to see how much more existence you have left.
Pretty much.
I'm gonna have to take your advice for that one. I live in America.
It's quite... I wouldn't say it's sad. Time management is important. Saplings that I don't need.
That's pretty much important in a lot of... oh shit. In a lot of situations. But it's just fun to make, fun of other states.
Oh, spider is walling. Okay. Give me a string. I need it. And then I died.
It's alright, so did I. I dove right off a cliff because I am a smart assassin.
Bro, if I could stream Assassin's Creed, I certainly would.
Valhalla's a lot of fun.
I don't have Valhalla. How does it run on the PS4? I don't know.
Pretty good.
It doesn't have
I've had a
cyberpunk
couple-
issues.
Not really. The only issues I've really had has been just in very heavy areas. It'll crash my system, but as long as I go to to where it loads in slowly, I'll be all right.
That's fair.
So, my dear host, what is the questions for this new podcast?
You just call me a hoe?
Host.
I heard host.
She wants you on that corner making her money.
Well, he did used to sell brownies and stuff for me back in high school, so...
What are you talking about? Why are we talking about this?
remember that brownie stand and
I
everything?
don't remember what you're talking about. You too drunk.
Yeah, he ate
She's
his
still
own
drunk.
product.
No.
She wildin', bro.
But I said host and not ho.
I don't know. 3 people heard.
I I heard,
just gave
so
it
my dear hose. What are we talking about? I was like, damn.
hoes. I have no reason to call. I have no reason to call him a hoe. He does not specific hoe behavior.
I mean, he kind of does. We all kind of do.
Shit.
Oops.
Well, I've already screwed up this world, so I'm gonna go ahead and start a new one.
Alright, God.
Jeez.
You are God in Minecraft. I want to feel powerful.
You're into 2022.
We are so off topic, and we're not demonetized yet, so looks like we won't be breaking that record after all. Today's topics.
Kyle Rittenhouse did nothing wrong. Now we're demonetized.
Nah, I don't think so. Nah, I don't think so. Damn, you just distracted me with that, though. My train of thought is...
What are we talking about today? What's our thing?
New Year's stuff.
New
Right.
Year's.
We're talking about New Year's stuff. We're going to talk a little bit about, you know, Joe Biden and Trump and the stimulus and everything. And, to put the very first topic into a question, it is... First off, are you happy 2020 is over? Do you think 2020 is the cause of... The year itself is the cause of many of the issues that the year had? And is what's different from today... from yesterday going into today, is there any difference? Do you think the bad luck, quote-unquote bad luck of 2020 moves into 2021?
Yes, the bad luck of 2020 will be in 2021. Anybody who doesn't think it is a fucking idiot.
Exactly.
Just because the calendar says it's January does not mean that our bad luck is fucking gone.
True. I'm gonna agree with that. It kind of reminds me of, like, I just saw this meme where, like, it's 2020 and they're beating the fuck out of the viewer, and then all of a sudden 2021 comes up, kills fucking 2020, takes their arms, attaches it to themselves, and then they beat the fuck.
God damn, why is this 2021 so abusive? Shit.
I don't know why everybody thinks 2021 is going to be this fucking almighty savior to the clusterfuck for most people that was 2020.
Like I said,
Exactly.
let's just walk into it slowly and quietly, and
Nope.
hopefully we can survive another year.
Nope, like I said, 2021 came in with no chill for me, so I got no chill for 2021.
Well, if you wanted an order, I don't think nothing's gonna change in 2021. What makes you think? Well, what's so different from yesterday that's gonna be different from today? Nothing's
Exactly.
gonna change. Nothing's gonna change that fast.
That's pretty much it. Just a couple numbers.
Nothing is going to be like, you know, it's not like the gods above just woke up and are like, hey, look, they survived 365 days of bullshit. Guess what? It's all over. Everybody's happy. No.
So none of you believe at all that there's some type of cosmic reason as to why 2020 was so bad?
Do I look like I got live, laugh, love on my fucking wall?
I haven't seen your house. I don't know. I can't. I've seen...
What kind of bullshit cosmic reason would there be? What, is the giant floating space tortoise pissed off at us or something?
Me and the ball of noodles in the sky.
Like,
Yo, the giant
seriously?
floating spaghetti monster, bruh.
Who the fuck would sit there and, you know, the cosmic Sagittarius Space Force buttfuck munchers are gonna sit there and save us? Nah, fuck out of here with that bullshit. If you believe a cosmic force was responsible for the bullshit of 2020, get your fucking head checked, or better yet, suck star to 45 and get out.
Oh my god, that's a rant.
Okay, I'm done. I mean, I'm done. You guys can feel free to chime in anytime.
Very quiet.
He said something about some butt munch, and listen, I almost need him to repeat it to fully understand what he said. Be quite honest.
Hey, if you want to repeat it, that was a pretty funny rant.
I really can't repeat them. They're all like, you know, off the cuff. I know it was something about a cosmic Sagittarius space butt munch force.
Space butt munch force. Wow.
But he's right. There's no cosmic force. And 2020, what makes people think that 2020, the year itself, had something to do with it being terrible? It's people.
Yeah.
It's people. Like,
what
about that do you not get? There's no cosmic force making something happen. Like, no. People suck. Like they've always had. And that's why the year was terrible. Now is that gonna change all of a sudden because it's now 2021? No.
In fact, it's gonna get worse.
And I've always go by the motto: things get worse before it gets better. So
you guys don't care about the whole Great Reset idea that 2020 is bad, so that the world's bad karma can reset and produce some actual good fruit and peace and prosperity moving forward into the next decade.
No.
No.
If you want to talk about a great reset, the only way there's going to be a great reset is the eradication of mankind.
Exactly. If you want a whole reset, let's just restart the whole bitch from the beginning.
Exactly. If that ain't happening, it's not some kind of reset.
Alright, so then what do you guys personally, Heavy, you are not first. Grill, I actually want you to go first. What do you think is responsible for the quote-unquote bad luck of 2020? As we wait for Grill's thoughts to leave her computer and enter her head.
Yeah, I can hear the gears turning.
I want to say it all started when my homie, Harambe.
Oh, here we go. Yes!
Do tell us a story.
Damn gorilla.
Everything went downhill, man.
I can't believe the shit I'm listening to. Please elaborate.
I got no elaboration. I'm just being fucking dumb.
So Harambe is the reason why 2020 went to shit.
Harambe is the reason why everything's been going downhill.
He was the start of it all.
It's not
Yes.
his fault.
If they would not have shot my man Harambe, everything would be fucking fine. But no.
It would have been fine.
First of all, it wasn't his fault. It was the child's fault.
Exactly. If mom would have been watching her little junior baby son of a bitch, we wouldn't be in this fucking predicament.
Exactly. Let's bring this all back around to parenting.
Oh, thank you. I'd love for that to be a whole podcast, parenting.
She said parenting. I heard Heavy's thought it's always white people's fault.
Oh, no. I never said it's all white people's fault.
I know you didn't.
Alright, don't even try to put words in my mouth, okay?
I didn't. I put words in your head.
It's white people's fault.
He speaks on behalf of all white people's fault.
I'll tell you when it's any people's fault. If the Asians did COVID, alright? They wouldn't have eaten bats, we'd be fine.
I kind of agree with that.
That's true.
And now here comes every fucking SJW into the comments.
Well, sir.
No, I just say it was the idiots. Like, what possessed you to start eating bats?
Well, you gotta experiment to find out what's
How
good.
hungry you gotta be.
Yo, it's China, okay? Let's be honest.
It is 2020. You don't need to experiment anymore. We got the food.
No. We always have to experiment with food,
Now we
okay? Because come on, snake is delicious. We wouldn't have known that if we wouldn't have experimented. Bat could have been fucking amazing, but nah, somebody had to go, get sick.
Yeah, potatoes are poisonous if they're not cooked to human beings. Who decided to cook the poison?
I don't know. Fuck. Whoever decided to cook the poison, the Irish.
I have no words for that. That's gonna happen quite a bit apparently today. Heavy's in the mood, bro. He dodged bullets and he sees.
Yeah, I dodged bullets. I see red. I had no way to fire back. I'm pissed.
I genuinely, I'm stuck. No!
Right, Cat.
What the hell? What is this?
So, do you think cosmic reasoning is the reason that 2020 sucked so bad? Blah 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 blah. Live, laugh, love. Buy essential oils.
Do you want a real answer from me, or like I hope you don't think I can give a genuine one and keep a straight face.
Hey, I mean, go off.
And buy essential oils.
And buy essential oils. Lavender in the ear prevents COVID, people.
There is a theory that I really want to discuss with you guys that I think is absolutely dumb.
Go for it.
But I want to hear everyone's answers to this question first. So go ahead.
Oh, well, no, I don't believe cosmic reason. For me personally, no, life just sucks. That's it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But if I had to, but I know people were like, oh, when God, rest in peace, but when Kobe passed, that's when life went to hell and all this. I said, I don't believe that. Life just sucks. That's it. That's just purely it for me. There's no cosmic reason why 2020 was so awful. It's just people. Literally. It's just people. And do not buy essential oils. They do not stop COVID.
Lager.
But they do smell nice.
They just smell really nice.
Yeah, they do smell nice.
Yeah, they smell amazing. But they don't prevent any fucking diseases.
I'm just trying to interject with something positive. You guys, it's one way or another with you. There's no in between.
We're just being realistic.
Cats, if you use peppermint or wintergreen on your furniture, cats don't really like that stuff, so they'll stop scratching your furniture. Or anything citrus.
But
Citrus
why
is
would I want to deny my cats that kind of joy?
Because I like my stuff intact.
Why would you just deny somebody's joy?
I don't know, because you're fucking Scrooge McDuck. Who knows? I need more mystery eggs from you, trader. Give me. I need to gamble more.
Okay. That's a thing.
Oh, you scared the crap out. Where did you come from?
You see, when a man and a woman are deeply, deeply in love.
Shut up. Fucking shut up. I can still hear him. I can still hear him doing the bit in my head.
He's so sick of our negativity already.
I'm not sick of it. I admire your ability to be honest. There's a lot of people who are dishonest about the situation that they're in, about who they are, and about the things that they do. And I'm the type of person, I don't think it's fair for people to think that about themselves, but it's also not my place to judge. So I definitely admire your ability to be truthful, regardless of how grim it is. Or how much of an asshole you have to be to get your point across.
Well, there's really no point in trying to hide who you are, because eventually the mask is going to fall off and you're going to be exposed anyway.
True, I prefer you to show me your true colors. If you're an asshole, then just tell me you're an asshole. I'm pretty sure I'm going to figure that out eventually.
I'm an asshole. Sorry.
We know.
That we know. Damn.
I mean that'd be like me coming out and being like, hey guys, I'm a dick.
Okay, yeah.
People would be like, oh, okay, yeah, well, we fucking knew that one. Tell us something we don't know, Heavy.
It took us all but 2 seconds to figure that shit out. It took but 2 seconds in this fucking podcast for anyone to figure that out.
The future leaders are gonna sit there and just be like, well, fuck.
You're the type of people the government silence. He's too woke.
Do you guys have New Year's resolutions? I couldn't say that. I couldn't say that with a straight face.
You can't. You're not going to be able to say much with a straight face on this podcast, apparently.
Honestly, yes, I do.
What's yours?
Oh.
Prepare for the coming war.
Yeah?
Okay, you believe there's a coming. Wow, you really. You really fucked my villager.
What?
What?
Excuse me?
Okay, that was a transition that I didn't know was gonna happen.
So, baby girl, what's your New Year's resolution if you got one?
A fucking zombie came in there. That's such a dumb language, just like English.
Okay, it might be, but
It's so dumb.
I want to watch anime without subtitles.
How long have you been watching anime?
I don't want. Okay, I like dubbed. I have no actual problem with dubbed except for one thing.
Except that you have a problem with dub.
Exactly.
I have a fucking problem with dub. The voice actors, the main character in dub, always sounds like this little ass whiny bitch.
So it sounds
Always.
like every fucking modern day male.
Okay.
And what you saying about her
Eren
husband?
From Attack on Titan and the English dub.
Exactly what I said.
That's what they all fucking sound like. It's just.
To me, it depends on the voice actors. Some voice acting is good, but to me, it's when they replace certain voice actors is when it gets bad.
For me, it's all about the script.
That too.
Your voice acting can be terrible, and the script can be an amazing and save your voice acting. Fuck.
I don't believe that at all.
I know it's true.
Because
We've all watched Inuyasha.
Inuyasha. You will say his name correctly.
I have no respect for him. I will not say his name correctly, and you will not tell me how to live my life. Thank you. So yeah.
I have not watched that show. I don't even know what that show is.
Is it on Hulu?
Yes.
Let me just tell me.
Inuyasha.
I will add it to my list.
Yes, INU.
She's not from America. She's slow.
U INUYASHA.
It's an anime people glorify because it was good for its time, but in actuality, it is very bad.
Oh, I've seen this
Your opinion.
That's not an opinion, man. That is stone cold facts.
Keep your opinion.
I started watching an anime yesterday. I'm almost done with it. It's fucking adorable though.
What's the name of the anime?
It is called. Let me fucking go to my stuff.
I'm gonna cross interrogate you now about this anime. That's
Kuma Bear.
it's not bad. Stop! No, I don't want to unalive. Beat you with a fucking egg. Okay.
Beat you with a fucking egg.
This is such an interesting way to start a New Year's.
Is that like smacking somebody in the face with a twisted tea?
You really gonna do this to me, game? You gonna suffocate me in the block of diamond?
Way to go.
I'm enjoying this little pack that I got. It's a skyblock pack, and it has the lucky egg mechanic in it. It's pretty fun.
I mean, I'm
Oh God.
still trying to figure out why people don't believe that there's a war coming.
Yeah,
what
haven't got on topic.
what is this war? Why do you think it's coming? I could have sworn I asked you this.
I think you did, but before I could answer, we ended up going in like 15,000 different directions. Like,
You know what? It's the raving of lunatics.
yeah, so. But in case you hadn't noticed, people are getting really pissed off with the way governments are handling lockdown.
Mhm.
They're getting really pissed off. They're getting more and more defiant. And eventually, there's gonna be a breaking point, and all hell's gonna break loose.
So the purge.
No, I don't necessarily see
No.
a purge. Because the purge was government sanctioned. This is going to be completely non-governmentally sanctioned, and this is basically going to be a civil war. I just see the sights for it. I'm not saying that it's a guaranteed.
Okay, let's go with this hypothetical. Say there is a war coming. Where?
Probably the South.
No.
And I didn't mean in America. I meant in the world in general. Where do you think is going to start first? And then you can elaborate from there.
I think it's gonna start here in America, obviously.
Like we have to be the first to do everything. Fuck.
Yeah, we got to be number one in everything. Number one in COVID. Number one in
COVID. Number one in death. Yeah, welcome to America.
I'm pretty sure India's got us beat on that one.
Damn. Damn, sir. No respect. But facts.
But, I'm just seeing a lot of signs, and I'm going to use an example of where I live, right? Down here, they wanted to put this whole Christmas, Thanksgiving, and New Year's Eve, you cannot celebrate with family. Everybody has to stay home. We're going to do another lockdown attempt on you guys. And we said, fuck you. We all went out and partied. We all got together with family. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, this city was covered in one of the thickest fucking explosive smokes I'd ever seen. The smell of explosions and gunpowder was ripe in the air, and it made me so fucking happy. That sheer act of defiance. That just fuck you to the elected officials who want to sit there and be like, we know what's best for you, even though, we don't give a shit. We don't care about your small businesses. We don't care about, you can't see any family members that are in the hospital. We don't care about that, but, nobody's going to do anything to save one life. Nah. People are having enough of this shit. There's a giant turd coming down the pipe, and it's going to be glorious when it explodes all over you. And I mean this figuratively, of course.
I am a little bit more confused on your stance.
What, that I don't want it, or why I want it?
Your stance on quarantining in general.
What, I'm against it?
You're against quarantining 100%.
Yes.
You believe it doesn't help at all?
Nope.
Why?
Why? Because, we have this thing called we do whatever the fuck we want as long as it's not hurting anybody. Not to mention the fact that, the gross corruption that has been going on, the fucking up of numbers,
My thing is that you can say you do whatever you want so long as it doesn't hurt nobody, but when you're fighting an invisible enemy, so to speak, and that invisible enemy is attached to you, and you walk past somebody, you're doing whatever you want to do, but you don't know that you're hurting that person.
Okay, and where have the highest numbers been?
I actually need to look that up. At first it was New York, so...
I thought it was, based on what my uncle said, it was in Texas at one point.
At one point, yes. At one point, every state has had the highest numbers. But look at the numbers and see where the highest since this pandemic hit. The highest numbers have been.
Do you want me to look that up right now? Go ahead, yeah.
I mean,
no, let Grail go. Let Grail go.
Well, I don't want anybody to take my word for it. I want everybody to research this shit.
Yeah. While she's talking, I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, you look it up. I'll tell you like my view on this. I work in a retirement home, so we've actually done a couple different ways on how to prevent this virus from spreading amongst our residents. We've tried quarantining and we've tried not quarantining, so that's two different ways that we've gone about this. And I've seen that the residents, they want to do, like Heavy says, people are just going to do what the fuck they want to do. With, amongst the residents that do what they want to do and then they don't quarantine, these are the residents that we are finding that get sick, that we have to quarantine, because they have tested positive for COVID.
I mean, for me, it's we had the highest numbers in New York during the beginning of the pandemic. Nobody wanted to quarantine. Everybody did whatever they wanted. And A lot of people got sick, and the second people started taking it a bit more seriously and did quarantine, now we have some of the lowest numbers because we continue to quarantine and more importantly, look out for each other and remind each other that the pandemic is still around. And even though we're allowed to go outside and eat in restaurants and do certain things, you know, hey, put a mask on, you know, just the simple things. More so than just the quarantine. You don't have to stay at home all day. It's just about being safe while you're out there.
Yeah, I kind of can piggyback off that both, because like what have you said is true. People is gonna do what the hell they want to do, no matter what. So my thing is just being safe, like Krim said. No one said you have to be home, because
No, that's a lie. They said you should
that you have
stay home and
I'm saying that, like, you don't, as a person, you don't have to stay home. Yeah, people are telling you to stay home, but like Heavy said, people are gonna do what they want. If you want to go out and party or do this and do that, they're just gonna do it, as you see on what's going on in news and social media. My thing is, if you do go, I decide to go out or go to a restaurant or bar, to me, I should just say, just put the mask on. That's just my personal opinion of that type of situation. Like, my thing is, you being in a crowded place with hundreds of people, that's where it gets uncomfortable for me, because I'm like, not only are you not following any type of guideline to keep yourself safe, you're just crowded around a bunch of people. You don't know who's taking what seriously or not. So my thing is just, if you want to do what you want to do, just do it safely.
all right. So the place with the most cases right now for coronavirus and who has an average daily accumulation of a specific set number is California with 91.9K cases per day. Tennessee with 82.8K cases per day. Rhode Island with 79.3 cases per day. And Arizona. That's the top 4.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to look into that, see what's going on there, because I know California, Newsom is still fucking pulling his tyrannical bullshit.
Texas and New York City have the same rate, pretty much.
Oh my god, we're actually fucking equal.
Yeah, we have a little bit more. We have 50.3 and you guys have 49.8, so it's actually extremely close.
Yeah, that's real fucking close.
I don't see North and South Carolina. I said North and South. Huh? No, South Carolina is there. You have more cases than North Carolina. You're at a stupid amount above them.
A stupid amount above them.
A stupid amount.
But here's the thing: since there's different counties in South Carolina, it's just certain ones that have it the most.
That's with everywhere, so I understand. I understand that.
Yeah.
It's just, it's one of those things. It's the states that have been doing the self-quarantining typically have low numbers as to what I'm seeing here. The numbers are much lower, but that's, of course, taking this data at face value and not necessarily doing any of the research myself, so on and so forth. It's in my face, so that's what I have to take at face value right now, but I'll do more research into it probably next podcast.
And that's fair, going off of just the base numbers that you have in front of you, that's perfectly fine as long as nobody's saying that these are fact. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're just, right now, the numbers are just a representation. They're not fact. They're always fluctuating, so.
And this is why my motto has always been, don't take anything I say as truth. Go research it yourself. And if you find something that contradicts my point, by all means bring it up to me, tell me where you found it, I'll go research it myself. Because we're not going to get anywhere if people just sit there and think that they're right 100% of the time.
You shouldn't let people sit there and think they're right 100%. That's just a belief of mine, I don't know. If you think right 100% of the time, you're one arrogant motherfucker.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like, Go if you don't want to do your research and prove or disprove your own point, then you're doing a disservice to yourself.
Thanks.
And they have started already. Congratulations, you're bringing out the mortars. God, I love that fucking state.
Because we ain't tolerating this shit. All right.
Oh, Texas was like, you know what? Fuck you. We're doing our thing. You can't.
I mean,
It's
during
no
the
lie.
height of
I've
the
seen it on the
pandemic.
news.
During the height of the pandemic, you guys were like fucking doing something at the Alamo or whatnot. They was like wanted to close it, and people showed up, and it was just a bad situation.
You gotta remember the Alamo, man.
No. Okay. What happened with that one is, in front of the Alamo, there is this thing that we call the cenotaph. And it's got the names of every person who died defending the Alamo. And there's an organization that wants to move the cenotaph away from the actual site of the Alamo and put it somewhere else. Most of us don't want that to happen. We like our cenotaph where it is. It needs to stay there. It's a good way to honor those that died defending the Alamo. So every so often there's a group of Texas Freedom Fighters, as they're called, that go and stand armed watch over the cenotaph whenever there's an anti-cenotaph or let's move the cenotaph rally. For the most part, it's usually pretty peaceful. You know, almost everybody in Texas is fucking carrying, so there would have been it'd have been a straight up battle and not a massacre. But that's kind of what that one was about. That, like, it happens all the time. There's always somebody wanting to move the cenotaph or do something with the Alamo that the majority of Texans and San Antonians are going to be like, nah, you're fucking stupid for.
Fair.
So, yeah, there was a spread of the virus whenever this happens. It's stupid to say that, oh no, everybody was 100% safe, you know. Just like during fucking protests. Any kind of protest that's happened since fucking quarantine, or since the pandemic started, there's gonna be an uptick in it.
Shit. Excuse me, I got scared and jumped off the edge.
Fair enough. But, you know.
Sounds like an interesting situation. Either way, y'all did what you want.
Yeah, exactly. We did whatever the fuck we wanted. And we're going to continue to do whatever the fuck we want. It's up to the individual.
That's fair.
Here's how it should be. Like Kat said, if she wants to wear a mask, she can. If she wants to wear a mask when she's in a crowd, that, by all means, you do you, girl. But nobody has the fucking right or the authority to go up and tell you that you need to put a mask on. Just like nobody has a right or authority to tell you what you need to do at any aspect of your life.
I wholesomely agree with the second statement, not so much the first. Whereas it is correct by opinion, or correct by law, it's not an actual fact, but we could sit here debating that all damn day. So I won't get too much into that. Just know that I do disagree with the first statement. We are 44 minutes into this. I do want to go ahead and move on here and get off of coronavirus just for a second. And talk a little bit about the politics that are surrounding us right now. Sort of what's going on with the stimulus checks for the country and the transition of our presidents, and is it being held up or not? I'm trying to get a question in my head and I don't know how to phrase it, but yeah, go ahead.
That is a topic, sir.
Yeah, topic. Oh boy.
Topic which I don't think I know how to answer confidently because I don't really keep up with politics.
We don't really answer in confidence here. We just answer.
Okay.
What I know is that Trump and Bernie Sanders are working on a bill, right? A bill to have us give us like a COVID payment of like a 2K.
If memory serves me correctly, it's Trump has joined up with Bernie to support Bernie's $2,000 stimulus bill for Americans. If memory serves me correctly.
Yes, but even less on that. It is related. People are criticizing Trump, saying that he's unfit and stupid, and he's wrong for wanting the 2K to give to the American people, and that he's only doing it because he wants to be remembered as the president who helped people in the time of need.
So basically, it's the same shit they've been saying for the past 4 fucking years.
My issue with... And again, I'm not a Trump supporter, and in most of these podcasts, I'm very against a lot of what he does, but I also give him praise for the things that he's done. So what if he's doing it for a selfish reason? Let's be real.
Exactly, as long as you get it. But my thing is that, I don't know if you guys know, but in other countries, their stimulus package, it's about $2,000 a month and or higher.
Some countries, you get $600 a week.
Exactly. This is only our second stimulus package that came from from 6 months ago or so. I'm not too accurate about that.
Get the first one. I was supposed to, but I never received my first stimulus package.
You better start raising some form of hell with the fucking treasury.
Exactly. It's just that I find it ridiculous because, just from my personal opinion, they're giving out $600, right?
Yeah.
So, say if you're a family of 4 or 5, you're a husband, wife, husband, whatever, and you got children. What is $600 is going to do realistically?
Supposedly, it's supposed to be $600 for you and the amount of kids that you have. So, you get $600.
It's up to 3 kids.
Yeah.
So, and my thing is, it's also about in your area, your state, and what you're paying for. My thing is, once you start paying for rent, start paying for food and everything like that, or certain bills, what honestly do you have left at all to take care of certain things? Because I know for a fact paying rent is expensive enough, and that can take somebody's almost whole check to do that.
It really did with mine. I had to pay my rent today, and I don't even have a paycheck left. It's maybe 100 if I'm lucky.
And and then my thing is, after that, what about buying food? And this is just one stimulus package. What's going to happen for the next month and the next month after that? For you to reject, now, like I said, I'm no Trump supporter, and even if he is doing this for selfish reasons, who cares? Though $2,000 can go just as quickly as $600, but this $2,000 will help benefit just better. And the fact that people are really rejecting it just appalls me. I don't want to say it amazes me, because it doesn't, because like I said, people are just trash. So, oh, no, go on.
You taking a look at the people who are rejecting the $2,000?
It's Republican. I believe it's Republicans.
It's not just Republicans, it's Democrats too. And the Democrats are pushing for just the $600. They don't want us to have a $2,000
which I don't understand. Which I don't understand at
Trump
all.
was actually one of the strongest proponents, even with the $1,200 one, to push it higher.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't know that.
Now, if this is gonna sound really stupid because I know the answer to this already, but has anybody actually looked at what a lot of the money in the stimulus package has gone to?
Yes. A lot of it doesn't even go to Americans.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's a lot of like foreign aid.
Yep. What is it, like $100 and something million to Pakistan for gender fucking studies?
I'm not too sure about that, but I believe it.
There's a lot for like, it's like support for gays in other countries, and just it's a lot of.
It's pork.
Yes.
So like we gotta worry about ourselves first before we start worrying about other people.
But my thing is, these other countries are kind of doing well. Certain countries are doing well without us, because I know like Finland, Canada, other places, they kind of have their situation kind of straightened out with this stimulus package business. We don't.
Different cultures, different tax values, different tax rates, as well as primarily different governmental systems as well. Like a lot of the countries that can afford to do these monthly stimulus checks and all that, they have a very high tax rate for their citizens. Which, as Americans, we already know, we fucking hate paying taxes.
We hate paying taxes because most of our taxes don't even fucking come back to us.
That's why we hate fucking paying taxes.
Texas.
At least in other countries, and this isn't true for all countries, you know, this is just to the best of my knowledge, a lot of your taxes go to support you, the people. It's like if I pay extra taxes and I get free healthcare, I'll pay the taxes.
Exactly.
No.
And see, that's what I'm saying. It's the different cultures, different governmental systems, and if you guys really want to see the change, then we've got to turn around and get people in there who people in office who understand that there's a lot of government programs that don't need to fucking be here.
Yeah, that's true. There are.
You know, there's a lot of just shit that needs to be pulled out of all of our bills, pulled out of all of our laws. People want change, but they don't want to actually go for it. They just want to sit there and they just want to bitch and moan about it, which is why we're getting fucked with a $600 stimulus package and like $75 million going to a fucking Kennedy Performing Center.
He's really upset about that one.
I'm pissed off that all of this money's going to shit that ain't helping the fucking American people.
That's fair. I can't be mad at that. I have a hoe.
I'm pissed off that fucking Pelosi wants to sit there and call $1,200 insignificant and then turn around and be like, oh, $600 is substantial. Get the fuck out of the office, you fucking retarded ass cunt. Like, this is bullshit. If she gave a flying fuck about the American people, she'd be fighting for, you know, a lower, to redo the tax code. To make it to where, you know, we're not losing so much in taxes. That we, you know, when income tax time comes around, we actually get everything we fucking paid into the fucking system back. They'd redo Social Security to where, you know, it's not going to run out of fucking money, apparently.
I wish they would redo Social Security to a point where it actually helps the people who need it. And it's not to say that it doesn't quote unquote help. It helps a little, but like people who can't work in this country get really shit on.
Yeah. And, you know, y'all want to sit there and talk to people, well, I say y'all in general terms, I don't mean you guys. Y'all want to sit there and talk about fucking, you know, things got to change? You put people on the campaign trail who want to change, and then you just sit there and you vote for the same old motherfucking white guy who's been in government for 46 years and ain't done shit.
Exactly. I agree with that.
You know, as much as I supported Trump, he really hadn't done a whole lot before he ran for president. You know, I don't think he was the best candidate. but it's what we got.
Nobody was the best candidate.
And at least he fucking tried. But, you know, it's just fucking stupid. It's time for people to start putting their fucking money where their mouth is.
No, I agree with that 100%.
The issue with patriotism is that it's hard to argue with your passion.
But it's true. People can go around protesting and doing all this. You do all this protesting, but when it comes to actually doing something, you do nothing. And then you get upset and complain more when things are still not going your way.
It sounds like an American.
Yeah, it's, you know,
like you didn't do anything to make this change. You're not voting. You're voting for the same person who's been in office like for 60 years, like Heavy said, and you're surprised when nothing changes. Shut the hell up, and think about what you're doing. I'm about to go on a whole rant. That's Heavy's job.
No, go ahead.
Go off. I'm loving this.
It's just that I can't stand people who complain and then don't want to do nothing about their situation. You're upset about, okay, say if you're upset about the voting and who didn't, oh, I don't like this and didn't like that. So tell me, what did you do to change that? Other than bitching more.
Bro, I had a friend who contacted me on Facebook with that stupid shit. F this candidate, F that candidate. Oh,
Exactly.
don't vote for this person and don't vote for that person. Well, then who are you voting for? I'm voting for someone in the Green Party. They're out the race. So who are you voting for? It doesn't matter who I vote for. It's not who I want in the presidency, so I'm not going to vote.
But that also enrages me because there has to be somebody. You share even some of their views and you think they can make a change in your life or in your community, then vote for that person. Don't sit around telling other people don't vote or don't go out to vote or nothing's gonna change. You're right. Nothing is gonna change with you just sitting on your ass. Go out instead of just complaining. Because that was my thing. I said for everybody who went out and protested for Black Lives Matter or whatever you were protesting, changes at all. If that was not if somebody won and that's not who you wanted to win, did you get up off your ass and vote? Did you do this? Did you do that? Probably not. So don't sit around and complain. It doesn't matter.
What, girl?
Your medal should be coming in the mail sometime with your protesting.
Exactly.
Oh, this is fucking beautiful. I love the discourse.
He's become feral guy. I couldn't get the words out. I love the discourse. Fucking Heavy.
This is what I have advocated for forever. Pure, unadulterated discourse. Because if we can't fucking sit here and have a debate on something, then nothing changes.
Why are we in America?
Well, not even that. Why are we people?
Exactly.
You don't have freedom in America. Who lied to you?
Shit, you might not have freedom in fucking New York, but I got freedom in Texas.
It was a sarcastic response. Coupled with the fact that I spawned the witch in front of me and got scared half to death and couldn't finish the response.
Fair enough.
Ooh, books.
But it's, you know, if the American people actually gave a shit, and if they were fucking smart enough, because, you know, I'm not gonna lie, most Americans are fucking idiots. They'd have seen what was in that bill. They'd have fucking read it.
Well, it was on the news. Like, they had the bill on the news. They had where...
Not all 5,500 fucking pages of it.
That's fair. That's fair. Wow. I can play music now. That's a happy days type thing, I guess.
You know, people want to sit there and be like, oh, well, you know, our government needs to be transparent. Well, why the fuck aren't you holding their fucking feet to the fire then?
My thing also, you need to learn people. I think people don't understand what the amendments are, and and you just go off what you think you know without actually knowing the actual
Oh
facts.
yeah.
Like, have
People do
you
not know
actually?
that. People don't know their rights at all.
Like, do you know your rights? Do you understand the Constitution and the amendments and all of that? Do you actually know it, or are you just like America and that's about, and that's about it?
Most of them are just going to be America. You know, people don't want to take the time to learn their fucking rights. They don't want to take the time to learn what's in the Constitution, what powers the government actually has.
Fuck do I need to know about the Constitution for?
A lot, because I
Listen, I
think
get my Amazon package in 2 goddamn weeks, okay?
And you probably could get it done faster if the government wasn't involved.
exactly.
That's true.
Hell, 90% of America could run a hell of a lot smoother if the government got its grubby little fingers out.
I've killed everything I've ever loved in this world.
Like, tell me this much. Why the fuck do I need a license to get married?
Because it's a financial thing. That's what I truly believe. You have to pay for that license. It's not free.
And that's what I'm saying. Why? No, fuck you. If I'm gonna get married, I'm gonna get married. I don't need to pay you for a license to say I can get married.
It's honestly very dumb.
And then you go through twice as much when you get the divorce.
I think it's just as dumb that you gotta pay for land. Like if I build a house on land and I don't own the land and it's not my land and it's still, it's so dumb.
So you're gonna tax me for the building materials, you're gonna tax me for the land, you're gonna tax me property taxes yearly on the land, then you're gonna charge me double that for the house. Then you're gonna pay, you charge me for all the inspections I gotta do on the house.
Yeah, that's not free either.
You know, the government needs to get the fuck out of everything. Do we really need, like, the FBI and the CIA? Do we really need them? We have fucking 4chan. They do better investigative work than anything.
I don't think anybody actually understands why the FBI and the CIA was created, and it wasn't for the American people like people think.
Oh, no. It wasn't. It was fucking international espionage. 100%.
Yes.
But, I ask again, do we really need them? We have 4chan.
I'm trying so hard to keep my laughing down to a minimum. Last time I laughed so hard, my mom woke up my mom.
I can't with you. We have 4chan.
Am I fucking wrong?
4chan's gonna come knock down your fucking door. It's like we caught you masturbating in front of that anime today.
Fuck it, they'll probably join me.
How did you know? Oh yeah, your neighbor caught you. We just peeked this.
Was the blinds open?
Oh,
The blinds weren't open.
No, the blinds are open. It's one of those, like, who looks more like a pervert? Me for beating off in the window or you for looking?
I'm sorry I took that joke that far.
I'm just minding cobblestone.
But that is true. Sadly, it is true.
Did it have to be true?
It has to be.
I mean, why are you staring? You obviously see what this person is doing. Good to me. Common sense would be to close your blinds and pretend you saw nothing.
Yeah, divert thy gaze.
This is common sense. That's
Stop
funny.
oppressing me.
I mean, come on.
What if that's their kink? You gonna kink shame them just because they decided to watch?
I'm only gonna kink shame them if they turn around and they're like calling the cops, like, "Hey, my neighbor's beating off in the window and I can see it."
That would be worse if it's the cop is like, okay, exactly how is he doing it?
You know, fucking what? Cops gonna roll up, be like, "Hey, you shouldn't be beating off in the window." I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
No, you shouldn't do it at a 45-degree angle. Turn 9 degrees left, alright?
Oh, okay, hold on. Oh, you want that full profile view? Gotcha.
Yeah. You know, she was describing it on the phone to me. It was kind of hot. I'm not gonna
Be like, well, I don't charge. I do everything for free, but subscribe to my OnlyFans.
Officer Tabernacle, I'll be your only fan.
I wonder how many times we can say OnlyFans in one podcast.
As many as
OnlyFans.
we want, as long as we don't say simp. Oh no, wait, that's Twitch.
You okay back there? Turn the fan on. You sound like a zombie. You arose from the dead.
But anyway, we got totally off topic on this.
Yeah, we really did.
But it was fun.
It was.
Yes, yes. And this was a late podcast, and this is one of the longest running podcasts we've done in the latter half of the year.
It's the only one we've done in the latter half of the year.
No. Last year.
But the stimulus thing, it's bullshit.
Right. Back to that question. Do you think it's fair for people to say that he's stalling the process of Biden becoming president from president-elect? Do you feel like he's holding up that process by advocating for the American people? And I'm phrasing it that way just so people feel like I'm biased.
I'm sorry, what? Holding up the process by making it seem like he's for the American people?
For being for the American people.
For being for the American people.
You know, he's advocating for the American. He's holding up the process of Joe Biden going into office by advocating for the American people.
Yes, because Biden is not of the American people.
Because $600 is enough to hold everybody over for another half a year.
Which is why he's actually pushing for more.
Like I said,
Which is
Biden,
why he's been fighting for more.
I said, do you think it's fair of people to criticize him for that?
No, people are going to criticize him anyway because fucking Orange Man bad. They're fucking idiots.
I miss that so much.
You know, you're just mad because his spray can holds longer than all y'all's. Fuck off.
Bruh, he probably get that presidential orange can of spray, I'm telling you.
Hey, you know what? He just created a whole new color. Now you're gonna see fucking Trumpmobile spray painted like that.
Oh god, that's such an ugly color, I'm sorry.
Y'all motherfuckers just don't realize the kind of monster y'all created with some of us. We don't care. We got
Like
motherfuckers driving around in anime-themed cars. You think we're afraid to paint our shit fucking Der Fuhrer orange and make that
Under your front lights, you have to make it a slightly paler color.
Oh, I'll fucking do it. I'll even put little itty bitty hands on the fucking rims.
Fat.
Y'all motherfuckers think like, what? There's people out there who gonna do it. I'll do it. I don't give a fuck. I'll buy the ugliest goddamn car I can find. You know what? I'm gonna go buy a goddamn Continental and do that.
Continentals look nice though.
I'm gonna drive through the hood with my Continental Trumpmobile and see what happens. And you know what? I'm gonna take a road trip up to New York and drive through every goddamn borough with that motherfucker.
Oh, you get that car will get shot so fast going through the hood.
I don't want you to die, Heavy. Come on now.
You gotta give it the old American horn.
I gotta give it the fucking Dukes of Hazzard.
Nah, man, you can't go through a car that ugly with that.
Oh, I'm gonna go 100%. Fucking pure on inbred redneck on this bitch, and everybody's gonna know it.
But to answer your question is, like I said, I don't care what Trump was doing it for, whether it's doing it for himself or for the American people or whatever, however you want to stand on that. As long as the fact that is that he's doing it and he's pushing for more. Do I believe he's doing it for himself? Absolutely, but I don't care. The point is that more money should be given out to the American people. And either way, to me, well, in my opinion, it's not holding up nothing, in my opinion. Biden is still inauguration's gonna come, Biden's still gonna be pushing in as president, and we'll just see where that situation goes from there.
Give it 5 days and see what happens. Just saying.
But you know, like I said, as long as he's pushing for more, which it needs to be, other than $600, I'm fine with it.
You know, ever since they started talking about a second round of stimulus checks, way back when, remember? Trump has been constantly fighting to give more to the American people. They're just now going to seize upon it because they have a media story that, oh my God, he's going to hold up the transfer of power. How dare he? He's a tyrant for wanting to give people money.
I feel like the president gets a bad rep for what is ultimately left up to Congress.
Remember, Orange Man bad.
Well, no, that's part of it, Orange Man bad, but also people don't know what the government fucking does.
Exactly. You don't... I think people don't understand that the president... I always say the president is a puppet. Congress and, you know, House of Representatives, they pretty much are in control of everything. And I don't think people genuinely understand that. There's over so much the President of the United States actually has control of.
The way I like to think about it is like this. When you go to work retail, you have the CEO who issues the orders. You have your managers, your district managers who handle the district. You have your managers who actually run everything within the store. You have your assistant managers who directly deal with the regular employees, and then you have the guy on the cash register. The president is the guy on the cash register.
Pretty much.
Pretty fucking much.
He's the guy. Hey Jerry, I see you didn't wipe down your your fucking your table today. I'm sorry, sir. I'll get right on that. That's the president.
Yeah, he's also the one sitting there going, "Can I get a price check on this?"
Mm-hmm. And I think people need to understand that. The CEOs and the people who created the company at this given point in time is Congress. That's where a majority of the lawmakers are. That's where a majority of the power of the government is. And then skipping right over the House of Representatives, then you have the courts. They are the next highest in power. The House of Representatives is just like the House of Representatives is the price check, you know.
Yeah, and the courts are definitely the ones sitting there giving the authorization for shit.
Mm-hmm. And in layman's terms, I know people might find even that hard to follow, but
yeah, well, guess what? Take a civics course.
You gotta have money to take a civics course.
Well, guess what? Put that shit back in high school. Oh my God, it's such a fucking stretch, isn't it? Actual practical education in school?
My thing is, if you have a good... I always loved Miss Fig, because she was so straight up about everything. She was our history and government teacher in high school, at our school. She was just so straight up and real about everything, and it was no confusion at all. She was like, this is exactly how it is, no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
And that's how it needs to be.
Love her reactions to things. So some student would ask her a question and she would go, do you want the real answer, or do you want the answer the Board of Education wants to tell you?
Pretty much a sugar-coated version. You want a sugar-coated version, or you want the real stuff? Because while we were going over history, she was like, this is how it is. America is a dark place. In her class. I mean, unless you wanted that version. But that's not reality.
Yeah. And that's how it needs to be. You know, if you're going to study the history of any place on Earth, you need to study the entire. Yeah.
Not that sugar-coated version they try to give you in the textbook.
Yeah. Why would you want to try to sugarcoat something like the Trail of Tears?
And the place people want to come and live and start new lives and dreams. They want to tell you that at a time Americans made Indians.
She's passionate.
This is
Damn.
great.
No,
This is
no.
great. I'm loving this.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was about to go on ranting again.
You was already ranting.
Go.
It's just that, because they say, oh, people don't understand that we're immigrants. All of us. If you're not a Native American Indian, we all came from someplace, from a boat. Some of us willingly, others not. But if you're not an American Indian, you are not from here. You took people from their own place and and uprooted them, killed them, raped them, and gave them no type of rights. Are you kidding me?
No.
That is America.
Why would we kid you?
And schools do not want people to know that because, like I said, they want people to believe this fluff version. America is the greatest place to live.
It is.
All right, no one's going to dispute that. All right, okay.
No, I'm straight up disputing it. I'm going to dispute the America is the greatest place to live. I think it is.
It is, but my thing is, it is, but because you have rights here that other countries don't. But my thing is, don't sugarcoat the past. If you want to know the entirety of the truth, don't sugarcoat it, and it should
people
just be given to how
sugarcoat what
it
a
is.
fucking period is. What are you talking about?
That shouldn't be.
If they're gonna sugarcoat even fucking how taxes work.
I didn't think people can sugarcoat how taxes work.
A lot of people don't know how taxes work.
That's exactly how they sugarcoat it. They don't want people to know how this shit works. Not to mention the fact that America in itself fucked up with the educational system because now we want to teach to a standardized test.
Yeah, we don't actually teach anything that helps anyone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But people should have realized that when they started getting rid of schools that taught trades. Let's be honest.
Thank you. Fucking thank you, dude. I swear to God, I respect people who work trades a hell of a lot more than people who have fucking PhDs.
Yeah, I can't get a job in construction without like a master's degree. And it's really odd because I've been building and I've had my own company and I know how to read blueprints and none of those practical skills matter. All they care about is seeing a piece of paper. I've been building boats. I've been building boats of my 25 years of life. I've been building boats for 16 years of it. But I'm not allowed to be a dockhand at Staten Island Ferry, and I'm not allowed to be an engineer, even though I have something akin to a engineering degree. It's really weird.
Yeah, it's people. I'm gonna say people, society, interchangeable in this one, have put too much emphasis on college education. And that has flooded the market and ruined the what's the best word I'm looking for here? The legitimacy of somebody actually having a college degree. You know
Just because you have a college degree doesn't mean that you know your fucking field, man.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That's why it's legitimately wrong. They've ruined the legitimacy of somebody who's actually busted their ass to get that master's degree.
It's absolutely insane to me, and it's a gripe. It's a gripe that if you want to hear me rant, that's
go
a gripe.
Look, New Year. This is the first podcast of 2021. We are on a ranting spree. Everybody gets a rant. I've had two. Kat's had two. Krim, by all means, sir, let that dick fly.
I'm sorry, Carter. Did that wake you? Apologize, bro. No, it's a lot of personal things for me. It's a lot of personal things for me. The reason why it's the rant is because I once when I was I think 17, I got taken to this this big company in New York. I'm not gonna give any names for reasons of being sued. It's a company I have no money to give to, but
Fair.
I was sitting there talking with this guy that I had built some docks with, and he's the CEO of the company, and his employees were building the docks wrong, and they were very arrogant, and they were, those type of people that, let me show you, Junior, I've been doing this for 50 years.
Those assholes.
Old white people.
And they cut the wood wrong. After they took over, they cut all of the wood wrong. The wood got warped. They tried to flip a 3,000-pound dock with just limited human power instead of just waiting for the proper crane to come and move it and whatnot. And it was a big old clusterfuck of things. Anyway, I'm sitting in the meeting room with this guy, me and a bunch of other people, and he was giving me the sob story about how no one gave him a chance, and that you had to get a degree, and I worked for my father's company for years, and that he had built himself there. And then I asked, well, would you give me a chance? You see me work, you know I have the skills, I'm better than half your employees. And he was like, well, do you have a degree? And it hurt my head, because I was like, you don't have a degree yourself and you're running the entire company. Why do I suddenly need one when you just gave me this sob story of nobody giving you a chance?
Because hypocrisy by name is manager.
Oh, how far do you forget your roots? You just gave me the roots, but you're so beside yourself that you have the nerve to tell someone who has more experience and works better than over half the people in your fucking company who don't have degrees them damn selves that I need a degree. And I want to chalk that up to age bias, because I was 17 and apparently I must be too young to know what the fuck I'm doing.
Because that's a legitimate fact. Note the sarcasm.
And it's just one of those things about degrees. It's like, I've worked in the environmental field for many, many years, but I can't go past field work because I don't have a degree. I've run more tests than half of the people in New York City. My wife has run more environmental tests than half of the people in New York City. But because we don't have a master's degree in some form of environmental science, your work is invalid. Your experience is invalid. That's stupid to me.
I 100% agree with you, dude. It's fucking retarded.
Exactly. And I kind of agree with that, because my degree ain't helping me none at all. I went to college to get a bachelor's degree, and that's not exactly helping with my field of work right now.
It's just like, it's one of those things. Most of the people who go to college, let's say Heavy went to college to be an engineer, and he got his engineering degree, odds are the government is going to be like, all right, nigga, you work retail. What's the point of getting your degree?
That's not even that far of a stretch either, you know. I mean, fuck, dude. They got a listing posted here where I work for the city. They want to sit there and they're like, we need a librarian level 1.
Stupid.
Take a guess what the fucking requirement is.
Well,
9 years experience.
No, a master's degree in library sciences from an accredited library sciences university.
to be a librarian?
To be a librarian for $15 an hour.
Are you kidding me?
No.
How about my requirement that I know how to read?
It's like, last time I checked, last time I was in a library, I'm about to date myself here, was when the fucking Dewey Decimal System was still all the fucking rage. Now everything's on a database. Can you work Excel? Congratulations, you're a fucking librarian.
That is what kind of bullshit?
Not bullshit, America.
Same
Be
thing.
a fucking librarian. Get the fuck out of here.
I think the best example I can give, the truly best one, is another life experience. I was competing for a job building boats, and I have pretty esteemed resume. I've probably built maybe over 50, 60 boats in my lifetime, all different shapes and sizes.
Time to commission crew.
Painted them. I've taught groups of 200, maybe 300 people by myself on how to construct certain parts of a boat, how to paint them, what makes them float, you know, just the stuff the average person wouldn't know, and had them construct one. This guy comes in here with a master's degree in specific name of the degree. But anyway, he got a degree specifically for boat building, a master's degree specifically for boat building, and he had never built a boat in his life. And we were applying for this is what I'm saying. And we were applying for a position to be the boat building director at the company in question. And they hired him, and he couldn't get a boat out in 2 years. Just because you know how to read a blueprint, and just because you went to school to learn how to do something, but never had any practical skills to do it, doesn't mean you know how to build the boat.
That's dumb as hell.
Hold up. 2 years?
2 years, he couldn't produce a boat. He didn't know he knew how to read blueprints, but he didn't know how to use a chisel. He didn't know how to work with wood. He didn't know how to deal with small engines. He didn't know the X equals bullshit curvature of a seat in order to get the angle to properly get a seat in the boat.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is why I fully advocate fuck college.
You know, I come out with the opinion a lot, and people criticize me for it, that I think college is a waste of time, and they look at me like I'm some ass backwards creature that came from fucking butt muncher space, you know. But
attaboy, good call though.
You're welcome. But in truth, it doesn't really help. Like, I can absorb the information, but I haven't done anything with it, so
What's the point of information without experience?
Exactly.
So you're telling me that the little privileged kid that got 2 degrees and a PhD can get the job I'm more qualified for, but just because he can prove it on paper. Never built anything in his life, but he gets it first because it's printed on paper.
Yes.
And it's in a nice form of shiny ass glass. Perfect.
In the time that he built the boat, I had fixed up the original shop, replaced the floorboards, relaid the foundation, fucking did all of the gardening in the yard so that the boats could, actually traverse the land, fixed the gate, redid the roof in the news shop, remade ramps so that the boats can go in the container, did some shore work to make sure that the boats don't get stuck in the mud, and this dude hadn't produced anything. And on top of that, I was repairing the old boats.
Look at this man, a man of many talents.
I try to be, but it's not even tooting my own horn at that point. It's just frustration. It's like, he's obviously not qualified.
Oh no, he has that piece of paper. He's obviously qualified. He went to school for it. Obviously qualified. Good qualification right there. Rote memorization. Congratulations.
Exactly. But here's the thing. The reason it's so awful because nowadays people put in your head, you got to go to college. You have to go to college.
It's not what people think, man.
You got to go to college. You won't be nothing if you do. I said, really?
I mean, that was going on even when I was in school. I mean, I know I'm older than you guys.
No, they definitely push for it a lot more now than they did. But like, it was important back in the day. Don't get me wrong. Especially if you grew up poor and black, you would never hear the end of it from your parents. But as far as the schools go, it wasn't about testing so you can get into college. You actually learned some things, you know, that you could actually use in life. Now it's just, hey, we have this curriculum, you got to learn so you can pass this test so we can put you in some bullshit college that's not going to treat you right.
Oh, it's not even that. They just want to get the federal funding.
It's all about numbers.
It's all about money.
Money and numbers.
That's why we have that overcrowding population.
That's why school cramming is a thing, because it's about numbers. The more students you have, the more you get in government funding from the government.
Because
who cares about the education? Sorry,
a lot of people don't even know about school cramming. But go ahead, girl.
Oh no, it was kind of going off the same thing you guys said. Like, in school you learn stuff that what is it in real life is gonna help? Like, shouldn't there be a course in math or extracurricular activity where you learn how to do taxes or learn how to drive or do
Whoa, hold on.
You're going too
far.
Sense
here. You're talking common sense. You're talking a Life 101 course.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nah, that makes too much sense. We need you dumb.
Right, because I need to, somewhere in my life, I'm 25 now. I really don't need to know what a plus a to the second power plus y equals, and I have never used it since college math.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm never going to understand why algebra is a thing. Most of us won't even use algebra in our daily lives, and if we do, it's all of the simple shit. I don't need to know how many letters are going to be in the equation. I don't care. When you put the alphabet in math, we have a problem.
That's what I say. 1 + 1, that's 2. Get it? Putting a to the second power, you've crossed the line here.
Yeah, and then giving me something like 1x minus 2y to the z power equals 36 to the 9th. I don't care about that.
And my thing is, if you're not going into anything in your life that involves hardcore math, in my simple life, I don't need this. But people say, oh, the one thing I've heard, a lot of, oh, what if you have kids and they need help with their homework? Pay attention in school.
God, Carter.
If they start pulling out that Common Core math, oh my fucking god.
What the fuck did you do, bro?
Ooh, somebody done ripped some ass.
No, I'm dying.
That's the dog part.
Oh, I'm sorry. Give me a second.
Crim's about to go put on a gas mask and shit.
Sounds like he needs it.
Go put on a fucking biohazard suit. But goddamn, we have totally strayed off topic so many times today. It's amazing.
Alright.
Holy crap, it's 10:15.
Added the odor eliminator.
Hey, first year podcast, we have to go hard on this. We have to set the tone for the rest of the year. The rest of the year will be nothing but disappointment.
There's nothing better to set the tone at the end of a stream, if we're ending it. I'm enjoying this conversation. Would be fuck Mickey Mouse.
Yay!
Fuck the mouse! Death to Disney!
Whoa, let's not go that far, man.
I don't care. Bring it on, you Monopoly.
Hold on, can you wait? Can you wait till a few more of my Marvel shows come out?
No.
Give the rights back to Marvel.
Exactly, give the rights back to Marvel.
Oh, they're not gonna do that.
They're
This is why
No!
Disney needs to be destroyed because of that. Who in the cold blue fuck is starting a party with me?
It is almost time to end this stream. We are hour 35 minutes and 10 seconds in. I keep falling off the edge and apparently can't fight a skeleton. I done killed everybody I've ever loved in this world and apparently spawned the Seed Temple on top of a villager, suffocating him under the rubble. We've had a pretty interesting day on Minecraft here today.
My God, you bloodthirsty deity. God, that's hot.
And I'm actually happy I didn't cut out not once during this podcast.
Hey,
yeah.
Said that, cat's gone.
I was actually here on time.
Oh, nah, we were all late.
We were all late. I was busy cooking,
I was sleeping.
chili. We were
It
all
was
doing our own thing.
certainly nice that you joined. It was a very unexpected surprise. A welcomed one. I fucking fell off the edge again.
I just sat back and I enjoyed the ride mostly. It was a good ride.
Yeah, we're here to have conversations.
We're famous for good rides.
I had another thing to add on to that, but it's grossly inappropriate.
When has that ever stopped us before?
Exactly. New year, man. New year.
New year, same pervertedness.
Who said it had anything to do with perversion?
I did, because I make everything perverted.
That's fair. Thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. Our future viewers, hopefully you join in the future conversations. I will be keeping up with posting these on social media. The channel name that this is on is also going to get rebranded this year. I'm going to be streaming a lot more on Twitch and on YouTube at least 3 times a week on the same time slot, 8 p.m.
Don't say simp.
Eastern Standard Time.
You know what would be cool? If we took these like podcasts and just made audios of them and posted them on Spotify.
I've been
That would
thinking
be
about
wonderful.
that.
I would love to learn how to do that.
Yeah, same here.
They do.
Hate us.
That's fine.
We would be on the level of Alex Jones.
But we will get paid for it though.
But we would be on the level of Alex Jones, and I don't know if I could stand to be that high.
I'll just create a whole series for the podcast called Please Hate Us, parts 1 through 10.
Long as we can, throw in a little bit of making the freaking frogs gay, we'll be alright.
Oh my god. There was a topic I wanted to touch on about people legitimately believing that Corona comes from 5G, but we'll save that for another day.
Oh yes, please, because I can spin out on that.
Like I said, please
Next Friday.
leave
Chomping at the bit.
a like and a subscription if you do enjoy. We should do our best also to say that more during the stream. Just please do leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Ignore what Heavy is about to say because he's going to say it anyway. As always, I'm Crimson Waters. Thank you for joining me, Heavy, since 1911. Thank you for joining me, Monoshiro24 and Baby Grill 11. Everybody have a me Bahaba Waba. It was 18. I just said that to trigger her.
Whoa! Holy shit! Balls.
She's triggered. I'm gonna get beat up after this today, alright?
Holy
Happy New
shit.
Year's,
But in all serious, Happy New Year's.
Death to Disney.
The mouse. Hang the mouse!
Have a good one. Later!